What's the best magnetic keyboard? I've been getting that question so many times, and I've also been getting a lot of disagreements with my tier list and stuff like that. Oh, why is not putting on the very top? Its software is the best. Oh, why is this keyboard here and not there and here and there? Like, we all have different personal preference. If you prefer software, if you prefer a more budget-friendly price, each of us have different priorities, and that's why I'm making this video. We're gonna go over the best magnetic keyboards for every gamer. Maybe you prefer software, performance, budget-friendliness. We're gonna be talking about that. I'm gonna be giving you guys my suggestions and the best ones that I've tried so far that excels in that specific aspect. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started right away, starting with the budget gamers. You want to save money, you don't want to spend too much, but you still want to get the best value for the price. Now, all of us have different values to put on what is considered a budget-friendly price, but on this video, we're gonna be considering anything below $100 budget-friendly. First keyboard or keyboards I'd recommend to the budget gamers are pretty much the MonsGeek magnetic keyboard lineup. And this video isn't sponsored. I just really think MonsGeek has amazing magnetic keyboards on the budget price range. They also have all of the layouts. If you want the 60%, you can go for the A60. If you want the 65%, you got the A68. For 75, the Jet 75. For a TKL, we have the Migss 87, and they all have amazing software. I'm pretty sure they're all using the same software, and I had no problems with them. Has all of the features you will be needing, and their quality is also amazing, especially for the price you're paying. Like, they definitely have one of the best budget magnetic keyboards in the market right now. Now, you might be asking, how about the Mad Lions Mad 60, 68? How about Alla, Win 60, Hero? Now, they're all also good budget options. I actually already made a video comparing the Alla Win 68 and the MonsGeek A68. And in summary, I kinda said just go for the cheaper one because you can't really just go wrong with whatever you choose. But if the price difference is so little, or they're pretty much the same price, I kinda think the MonsGeek has better quality by a little bit. And personally, I've also had better experience with MonsGeek's software. I didn't experience any virus detection, which I did experience with Alla. And highly likely that's just a false positive anyway. I didn't really experience anything weird after doing that firmware update where there was a virus detected by Windows. But still, you probably don't want to install anything like that even though it's false positive. You don't want to have that doubt. So I can recommend the MonsGeek software more. Now, regarding Mad Lions, they also have amazing budget options. I didn't really encounter any major issues with their products. It's just that from what I've tested, I can recommend MonsGeek's performance a little bit more than Mad Lions. Like, there's a lot of rumors that their polling rate isn't really that accurate, and this part isn't really related to their product, but their reputation kind of went down because of how much they copied the Wooting 60 HE with the Mad 60. And from my personal experience, their customer support is kind of not as responsive compared to MonsGeek's customer support. But yeah, those are minor reasons why I would recommend the MonsGeek more compared to their products. But again, you can't really go wrong. They're still amazing products. So if you find Alla's or Mad Lions products much cheaper, then you can go for them. That is if you're really on a budget gamer though. If you have a little bit more extra, just go for the MonsGeek. But other than MonsGeek's lineup of magnetic keyboards, I can also recommend the EPOMAKER HE68 Lite. You can also get them for a very cheap price, and their performance does not disappoint. I did some tests. Their software is also very decent, and the sound is amazing, especially for the price. So that's another budget magnetic keyboard that I think can compete with the MonsGeek lineup. Now, if you're on a budget, but let's say you want to upgrade it a little bit more, you want that full aluminum case, then we also have the GK68 aluminum from Skylong, and they sound great. Probably my personal favorite and the budget gamer recommendation keyboards here. It's also one of the only plateless magnetic keyboards in the market right now, which gives it a pretty unique feel and sound profile, if I'd say. But a very impressive value for the price you're paying as well. Full aluminum case. We also got the MG75 Pro. It's also a full aluminum case. It even has that ball catch system, so you can open it up very easily. Also has transparent keycaps, depending on which variation you can get. But yeah, it's under $100 as well. Amazing value for the price magnetic keyboard from IROK. Now, if you're on a budget but you just really care about the performance, you want the best milliseconds. Now, from my testings, the TAC75 HE is gonna be for you. So far, it's the best performing budget magnetic keyboard I've tried. It is on par with TMR keyboards, and if you don't know TMR keyboards, they're very well known for being fast, responsive, and more accurate than Hall Effect. But yeah, this one pretty much on par. The moment I'm filming this video, my review might not be out yet, but it will be soon. Amazing performing budget magnetic keyboard from from ACO. But yeah, those are one of the best budget magnetic keyboards that I can recommend to budget gamers right now at the moment of filming this video. There are probably thousands and countless budget magnetic keyboards in the market right now that are also good for you. But so far from what I've tested and tried, these are the ones that I can really recommend at the moment of filming this video. But okay, now moving on to the next type of gamer. Now this is the opposite of the last one. Now if you have no budget limit, if you just want the most premium, the best you can get with your money, this is my recommendations for you. Starting with the Hex 80, one of the most premium magnetic keyboards, premium sound, premium software, premium feel, quality. If you're a huge fan of those custom mechanical keyboards where they sound and feel so good, the Hex 80 over here is by QWERTY and ATK. Now QWERTY is very well known on the custom mechanical keyboard scene, so yeah, you can definitely expect that same quality premiumness here. Its performance is also very premium, by the way. Now other than the Hex 80, Iconix also has an amazing premium magnetic keyboard lineup here. Their latest release at the moment of filming this video is the EV63. I actually recently reviewed it as well on the channel. Also very premium, performance, sound, quality, software. It's also a pretty well-known brand, Iconix. You can expect great things from the EV63 here, especially if you prefer that look they have on the case. It's a mix of aluminum and forged carbon fiber. I think it gives the keyboard a unique feel and premiumness. But other than the EV, they also have the EZ 80 and 63. I'm sure there's also a 75% version now on the EZ as well. They're all great keyboards. Definitely on the high quality premium side of things, performance wise and materials, software, sound as well. They also have a good amount of color variations you can choose from. I think their most premium looking one is the EZ63 on the white elf. It's so good. But yeah, moving on from Iconix, I can also recommend WL Mouse's Ying 63. Like, did you see the unboxing on that? If you haven't seen it, it's like case, very premium. I'm sorry if I'm saying premium so many times because it really is. And other than the premium unboxing, you also get a very premium keyboard with that forged carbon case, which I think is also one of the best premium looking, the way the forged carbon looked. Now it's probably not gonna be as heavy as those full aluminum case from Iconix, but the Ying 63 has a unique feel to it because of that full forged carbon fiber case, which I really liked. It also performed amazing, looks amazing. You can also expect very high quality things from that keyboard. Now other than that, there's so many more different magnetic keyboards, premium ones, that I want to recommend, because especially with infinite budget, there's so much you can get. Great options that are very good. I can also mention the Lite 75 HE. They have so many new variations, very premium as well. The HM80 aluminum, it does have a screen. It's one of the heaviest magnetic keyboards I've tried, I think. So if you find that the heavier the weight, the better the quality it feels for you, then you might like that. I also want to mention the ZenBlade 65 V2 from Vonage. It's so good, especially the unboxing. Probably the most premium unboxing I've done on a magnetic keyboard so far. It's kind of similar to the WL mouse. Again, with infinite budget, there's infinitely like great magnetic keyboards you can get as well. But yeah, those that I mentioned are the ones that I can really recommend and really stuck to me. I'd be happy maining any of those. But yeah, now moving on to the next type of gamer, and I think there's a lot of gamers that are like this. If you just care about the performance, the milliseconds, the numbers, you just want to perform your best. You don't really care much about how premium it feels, as long as it's very responsive and fast. And I'm not saying that these keyboards are only good performance wise, by the way. Some of these are also very premium. But yeah, performance is the priority. I do recommend TMR keyboards. I haven't tested a single TMR keyboard that doesn't perform amazing, especially with my test. They're like very low. The fastest magnetic keyboard I've tested so far is a TMR keyboard. TMR is just more sensitive, like I mentioned earlier. It's more accurate. It can detect more of the magnetic fields. They also consume less power. So yeah, performance-wise, TMR is the go. But not gonna lie, you're probably not gonna notice any difference when comparing this to the other magnetic keyboards and this graph list I have of all of the magnetic keyboards I've tested so far. You'll only probably start noticing the difference on 5 millisecond differences, and these guys don't even have 1 millisecond difference compared to a lot of Hall Effect keyboards. So yeah, if you just want a decent performing one, a lot of these Hall Effect keyboards are good enough. But again, if you really care about milliseconds performance, then just choose these guys on the top of my latency testing list. And I also want to mention the Venom 60. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it performance wise, so you might want to do some research on that as well. It's just a PCB though. But okay, moving on from the gamers that really just wants the performance, now for the gamers that really cares about the software. Now this is gonna be a bit more of a general recommendation because most of the time a company or brand uses that software for a lot of their keyboards. So first is Wooting. So pretty much all of the Wooting keyboards, their software is just top of the line. Very amazing customizability, feature packed. There's a feature that a lot of magnetic keyboards still doesn't have today, which I'm wondering why, but pretty much all of the Wooting keyboards has it. It's the gamepad feature. I'm getting a lot of comments like, oh, where's the gamepad? Does it have gamepad? Well, Wooting is one of the few ones that have that feature. I hope in the future that more keyboards or software will implement that gamepad feature as well. But yeah, amazing UI, very easy to understand. You can expect one of the best software customization, feature-packed experience on Wooting software. They also call it the Wootility. But yeah, another keyboard that has amazing software, or another brand, Newfie. I'd say it's as good or might be even better for some compared to the Wootility. But if gamepad feature is such a big deal for you, then unfortunately Newfie doesn't have that. But if you don't really use the gamepad feature, then Newfie is definitely a great option. Now for these next types of gamers, it's gonna be a bit more specific. So starting with the gamers that want that lightbox. Now these guys are pretty much the ones that started this lightbox trend. So MonsGeek made 68 Pro or Ultra. I think they still have one of the best lightboxes. But yeah, recently there's just more magnetic keyboards that are cheaper than MonsGeek's magnetic keyboards that also have that lightbox. And one of them, another one, is the MonsGeek A68 Air. Now I already went through my reasons why I would recommend MonsGeek more than the All and Mad lines, but they also have great options. The Hero 68 or 84, the Nano 68 again, they also have good light boxes on the budget. Can't really go wrong with any, but if the price difference isn't really that big, just go for MonsGeek. Now moving on to the next type of gamer, if you want that wirelessness, then the keyboards I would recommend for you are TMR keyboards. As I mentioned earlier, they consume less power and they have amazing performance. But let's focus on the consume less power. Wireless magnetic keyboards have batteries, and if it's not TMR, it's gonna consume more, making it drain battery faster and low bat, you know? So yeah, I also recommend TMR keyboards for those that are looking for wireless. Example of those TMR keyboards I'd recommend is the SK75 TMR. They do have the wireless feature. The Fun 60 Ultra TMR, they also have that tri-mode connectivity. Now there's also another TMR keyboard that I'm about to review from Skylung. I really like their GK68 aluminum, but this one, they have the GK68 Migss kit. So review coming soon. It is a TMR keyboard as well. I have great expectations. It does have a 10,000 mAh battery. But yeah, since this is a TMR keyboard as well, we might want to recommend these to the gamers that just care about performance as well, since I have great expectations when it comes to TMR. But yeah, review coming soon. Now moving on to the gamers that wants to mod or customize their keyboard. Well, it really depends on what you want to customize. If you just want to customize the keycaps, all magnetic keyboards pretty much compatible with keycaps. Switches, a lot of magnetic keyboards are compatible with other magnetic switches that have a centralized magnet, like the Gateron Jade Pros. If you want to customize it with mechanical switches though, then that's where TMR also comes in. So if you want that type of customization where you can put in mechanical switches in specific places, or maybe just your WASD on magnetic, since that's what you use for the rapid trigger pretty much, then yeah, you can do that with TMR. Very customizables with different types of switches. Now if you want to change the case though, then you'd probably want a GH60 compatible PCB, because that's the most famous magnetic keyboard case you can find right now. So one example is the Wooting 60HE PCB that's compatible with GH60. But if you're gonna change the case anyway, then I'd recommend you just get the PCB, so the GT60 or the Venom 60. I haven't tried the Venom 60, but I've heard a lot about it, so I can also recommend it. But the one that I've tried that I can really recommend is the GT60. You can just literally get the PCB, so you find your own case, you find your own keycaps and switches. They also have one that they sell if you want to get it with that. But yeah, if you want to mod your magnetic keyboard, those are one of the best you can pick right now. If you're on a budget, then the Mad 60 or the All-O-Win 60 PCBs are compatible with GH60 as well. Well, if you're gonna upgrade a magnetic keyboard anyway, you might as well get a better PCB. So those are just some options, but I'd recommend the GT60 or the Venom 60 more. And recently, the MonsGeek A68 kinda have a case that you can put it on now. It's like a Holy 68 knockoff that I recently made a video on. So yeah, you can also change the case of the MonsGeek A68 now. Now moving on to the next type of gamer. If you're a gamer that wants screens on your keyboard, and we do have the HM80 aluminum or the plastic, probably one of the best magnetic keyboards with a screen that you can get right now. If you're on a budget but you still want that screen, then we do have the TK75 HEV2 from AJAZZ, or the AJAZZ AK820 HE wireless version with the screen. Now if screens are really a big deal for you, then the biggest you can find and the best is probably gonna be from Dry Studio. Their Battleye 74.5 RT has a touch screen. You can check my review video on that for more details, but unfortunately I don't know why they didn't do this, but you cannot put GIFs on it. Like the last time I checked, at least. I don't know if there's a firmware update now, but but yeah, crazy screen on that keyboard. Now moving on to the gamers that wants a knob, like it's a necessity for you. Then I think the best knob you can get on a magnetic keyboard is another one from Dry Studio. It's their Ice Ring 63 RT. It has such a cool knob. I don't know if you'd even consider it as a knob, but it is a knob. Works like a knob. They call it the planetary gear set. But let's say you want a more simple knob, you just want a decent magnetic keyboard, a good magnetic keyboard with a knob, then the GK68 aluminum, I can recommend that. Does have a knob, and its TMR version as well, it will have a knob. Wooting has also announced their hot swappable knob. I don't know if you've seen it, but you can apparently place it anywhere on the keyboard. So if that's released, that's probably one of the best keyboards with the most customizable knobs. So, and I almost forgot, the Migss 87 from Mtros also has a knob. So if you're on a budget, that's another option other than the GK68 aluminum / TMR. Drunkler also has the A75 Ultra, which is probably one of the most premium magnetic keyboards with a knob. So yeah, there's probably more magnetic keyboards with knobs though, but yeah, that's the ones that I think are the best magnetic keyboards with the knobs. Now moving on to the next type of gamer, gamers that prefer that low profileness. Now there isn't really a lot of low profile magnetic keyboards, but the best ones I can recommend are the ones from Newfie. They do have an Air 68 and 75 HE, probably one of the best low profile magnetic keyboards in the market right now. Again, their software is also crazy good. Now MonsGeek also has a Made 68 Air. That low profile keyboard has a lightbox, so if you also want that lightbox on the low profile, go for that one. Now these last types of gamers are gonna be more personal preference, so these keyboards I'm about to recommend will be a bit more of my personal preference as well. But yeah, for the next type of gamer, if you're looking for the best sounds, then here are the keyboards that I think sounds the best. Starting with the Hex 80, again, as I mentioned earlier, it's very premium sound. I really like the all-up TIs. They're creamy but talky as well. It's so good. And then the next one is the Ying 63. I don't know what about it. I think it's the case that made it sound very unique and like that with the forged carbon fiber. That's why I really liked how it sounded like. But yeah, personally, Ying 63 with the Jade Pros, it's so good. Now another magnetic keyboard that I think sounded one of the best is the Sly 75 HE, to be specific with the Jade Pros. It just fit the keyboard so well, it's so creamy, it does sound a little deep, so yeah, I really like that sound. Now moving on to the next type of gamer, if you're a gamer that really prioritizes the looks, now again, will be personal preference because we all have different looks that we like. For example, the Gravistar Mercury V75 Pro with the graffiti look. I personally think it looks amazing, and if you like the colorful look, then I think you'd like that as well. My friend liked it, but some on the comments I saw, it looks like a kid's, it doesn't look good, looks cheap. Again, will be personal preference, but I think these are the keyboards that looked the best for me. First, again, the Ying 63. I really love the forged carbon look. It's very unique. There isn't a magnetic keyboard I know that looked like that. Maybe the 75 version of the Ying, but that's it. I also liked its transparent keycaps, and with the Jade Pros inside, it kind of gave the keycaps a blue tint, which looked so good. Yeah, I think it's one of the best looking magnetic keyboard out of the box. Now, another one is the Sly 75 HE white version. Now, I do love the color blue. If you don't like that, then you might not like this, but it looked so cool to me. It's like aurora, crystal, ice, glacier, like what is happening here with the gradient on the keycaps. It just looks amazing, so I really love that. Now another one is the Zenblade 65 V2 Naomi Red, to be specific, that variation, and I actually got that here. Like, do you see how cool this magnetic keyboard looks? Bro, this magnetic keyboard would look so good in a lot of setups, I can tell already. They also have a purple color variation, so if you have a purple kind of setup or you prefer that color, then yeah, I think that would look so good. Now you might say it's just the keycaps that look so good. I can also put this on any magnetic keyboard, sure, but what we're really talking about is out of the box. Like, you don't need to buy any extra keycaps, any of that. Of course, you can customize it if you want, but yeah, what I'm really talking about is out of the box. Same with my recommendation recommendations on the gamers that wants the best sounds. Of course, you can just switch the switches of a lot of different magnetic keyboards to make it sound better, but out of the box, those are the keyboards that I think sounded the best. But yeah, those are gonna be my recommendations for every gamer that I could think of. All of the keyboards I mentioned, I'll try putting them in the description, but if I can't, you can just go ahead and search MIGSS plus the name of the keyboard. You'll find the more dedicated review video on that specific product. You can find more information in that video, and the product link will be there as well in the description. There will probably be a discount code that you can find there as well, but yeah, if I can fit it all in the description of this video, I'll do it. I'd really appreciate it if you can use that discount code when buying any of the products in the description or that I've mentioned in this video. And I would also really appreciate if you can use the affiliate links I have in the description when buying any of the keyboards, or the affiliate links that I will have in the specific review videos of those products. That would really help and support me a lot. But yeah, I've been yapping for pretty much 2 hours already. I hope I was able to help you in some way. Yeah, I've been recording for longer than I'd expect I would be. I'd probably shrink this video to like 15 to 20 minutes anyway. But yeah, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.